After watching other people's lists, I'm kind of proud because my list seems a bit different from theirs. There isn't a lot of mainstream AAA titles on this. There is a couple, and feel free to guess as you go what might, now that, you know, Kingdom Hearts 3 is out, now that Smash Ultimate's out, now that Halo Infinite's out, what are the games that I personally am looking forward to most as somebody that really enjoys the console life? You're probably not going to see too many PC games on here. This is going to be kind of a different list from other people's you might have seen. There's not too many AAA titles on this. For instance, Starfield. Starfield is not on my list. Me, you know, some people think I'm an Xbox guy, to which I kind of am. I just don't know or have experienced enough of Bethesda RPGs. Am I going to play it? Yeah, probably. Might I love it? Yeah, probably. These aren't in particular order, but these first half are games I want to play them because I feel the need to, but I just want to see and know more about them. And that's why this first one I'm going to say, let's get out of the way, Breath of the Wild sequel. Yes, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is not my most anticipated game this year. Currently, even though Breath of the Wild is one of my favorite games of all time for sure, I just feel like what we've seen of this game, it seems like a big revamp of the original game. And I like that. I just want to see more biomes, to which we have the sky. That's cool. Link's got some new abilities. That's cool. I want more stuff to make me feel like this is truly a sequel. I want a lot new tones. I want a lot new colors. I want some new biomes, you know? So until I see that, it's still in my top 10, but yeah. Similar to that is Redfall. Redfall is going to be Arcane's next game. And the reason I'm excited for this one is because a lot of critics love Arcane Studios. They've kind of become the, what do you call it? The crown child or whatever amongst critics. And I'm excited to finally play one of their games at launch. And the premise sounds awesome, being you're a vampire hunter. You're just in this small town being a vampire hunter. And depending on which character you play as, you might have some neat abilities to use. And it can be a co-op game, but it's not required. And I like that idea. And plus, it's by Arcane. So I'm finally going to be able to play an Arcane game at launch. That's kind of what I'm excited about. Let's move away from mainstream, though, for a second. Party Animals. Party Animals is a game I've not seen on anybody's list so far. And it is just a fun-looking game. This isn't in my top 5, but it's in my 6 through 10 because it just looks fun. It just looks like a goofy time. I love Fall Guys. The reason I love that game is just the aesthetic of these moving beans. And Party Animals looks like that. And it's just literally fight each other, push each other off these stages. They have a free-for-all mode and they have a team mode. It just looks wacky. And I could imagine playing this with my friends and just goofing around on it. My excitement for this game is definitely because it's going to be a Game Pass launch. I don't know if I'd buy it myself, but it just looks like a hilarious game. And I like myself a hilarious game now and then. Now, there's actually going to be 2 games on this list I won't have access to, at least that I'm currently recording this video, and Ghostwire Tokyo is one of them. I don't know, it was the latest trailer specifically. Before, I was like, okay, it's the next game from the Evil Within folks, but it's mostly the new trailer. I don't know what it is about it. The newest trailer specifically just made me feel like this could be really cool, going around Tokyo, having a narrative that has to do with ghosts and different dimensions. Like, I don't know. It just seems like it could be a cool game to play. Seriously, Somerville is like tied with the, you know, in the top 5 area as well. Somerville is from ex-studio head, creator, whatever, at Playdead, I believe that's what they're called. The same people that were in charge of Limbo and Inside, which are 2 fantastic games. And I'm very curious to see what this guy did. You know, he moved off to start his own studio, and I believe this is their first one. And the premise looks weird. It's like a narrative 3D moving game that involves like a space invasion or the end of the world or something. It just seems like it could be a really neat narrative 3D moving driven game, and I'm just for it. It looks like it could be a standout in terms of the indie scene this year. Now, those 6 are games that, like, if they come to Game Pass or if I find a means to, great, I'll play them probably if I have the time. But the 5 games, like, no matter what, I would like to play all 5 of these if possible. Let's just get Elden Ring out of the way. I've never played a From Software game, believe it or not. My closest experience might be Jedi Fallen Order. I struggle with games that are going to make me want to throw my controller out the window, but the gameplay of Elden Ring looks so cool. Kind of like I mentioned Ghostwire Tokyo earlier. There was a new gameplay showcase that they did that they just had such crazy stuff. There's a dragon standing on 2 feet throwing a freaking lightning spear, and you have some Final Fantasy white energy blade. You can have your horse run up walls, and it is like an open world, but in that From Software style. I don't know, just something about the aesthetic of this one. You'd think me being into anime and stuff, Sekiro would get me in, and it almost did. But this one, something about Elden Ring just kind of has me more like, all right, this is finally the From Software game I'm gonna finally experience. What I probably won't experience this year, unless I can get my hands on a PlayStation, is Horizon Forbidden West. I haven't even played the original Horizon, but I've always respected it from afar. It looks like such a cool game, and I really hope to hear great things about this one. Just because I myself, as I'm recording, don't have a PlayStation, that doesn't mean you can't root for the other guy, frickin' flag waving people. Congratulations if that's what you want to do, and just say that the other guy doesn't have games. I just am really hoping Forbidden West is a great game, and if I can get my hands on it, that'd be awesome. In terms of PlayStation this year, that's kind of my Ratchet and Clank. I really wanted to play Ratchet and Clank this year and rooted for its success. That's kind of me in Horizon Forbidden West. I really hope that's a great game. Now, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, I'm actually really excited about, because I'm always looking for a Nintendo game that really makes me want to get someone for the Switch. I have so much stuff that I want to play, but I want Nintendo to break me in, and Kirby and the Forgotten Land is gonna be that so far, at least in 2022. I really love the look of this game. I hope it's not lifeless, but the idea of it being a 3D adventure Kirby game, that's never been done before. I've played 2D adventure Kirbys, the way older like Super Nintendo ones, but this just seems like a cool idea. Again, my only worry is that it might seem lifeless, but it could just be a really fun time to just do on my Switch and have fun with it. Plus, I get to listen to some more Kirby music. Now, these next 2 games I'm very excited about because there are going to be Game Pass launches, and that is Stalker 2 first. Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl. I've never played the first one. I've been saying that a lot in this list between Horizon, Kirby, Elden Ring. Like, there's a lot of games here. I haven't played the previous one, but I don't care because Stalker 2 looks phenomenal. Like, visually, it is a stunning game. I believe it is a next-gen exclusive in terms of being, only on Series or PC. And I've heard Stalker has such a cult following with its fan base. It is a beloved game from the PC days, and after all these years, it's finally getting its sequel, and it is one of the most visually stunning games I have seen been showcased last year. And while, yes, it's a shooter, it's more like I'm interested to experience whatever this story has to hold in the first person, look. Because I don't imagine this game is going to be known for its combat. It's more so just feeling like you are actually at Chernobyl. Now, before the last game and a couple of just quick mentions, just want to say 2022, I have plans. So if you come across my videos before and haven't subscribed, I would really appreciate if you would do so. And let me know in the comments, like, what's something you are really looking forward to most this year? Because the last of my big 5, in no particular order, Tunic. Tunic is a game that I seriously have not been following as heavily as maybe others in terms of its development, but I've seen this like at almost every indie Xbox showcase or whatever for the past 3 or 4 years. I feel like more. Tunic has been in development for so long, I feel like, and just constantly, we never know if it's actually coming out. But Tunic just looks fun. It's very inspired by the original Zelda stuff. And I played the demo and it just seems very non-scripted, like you're never told where to go in the game. Just make your own adventure in this dungeon crawler like game that has a really cool charm to it with, a bit of a Dark Soul mechanic where if you die, you have to find your body to collect some stuff. Plus it comes out around my birthday, which is cool. So I have a feeling when I play Tunic, I'm just going to get lost in sessions and I'm gonna be like, damn, it's already been 2 hours. I feel like I've barely done anything. Games I thought of as well was Pokemon Legends Arceus. That really has a chance of reinventing the Pokemon genre, but I have to like wait and see before I, can jump on that hype train. But it does look really promising if they do nail this new style of gameplay. Speaking of Mons, Digimon Survive, that looks cool too. The gameplay itself doesn't look too much fun, but it's like a visual novel with Digimon, and that aspect kind of has me just curious how that's gonna do. Hogwarts Legacy, that's a thing. Haven't gotten any word on it. Not to mention there's an Avatar game. I almost forgot about that. Yeah, they said that's supposed to come out in 2022. I don't believe it either. And I'm just crossing my fingers that Exo Mecha is really good. That was something shown in July of 2020 that just looks super shiny, but then they showed gameplay of it in an ID Xbox showcase, and it just was really weird with some of the animations, so I really hope they made those animations a lot more organic looking. If they could do that, I'm really excited for Exo Mecha. And of course, I'd love to chat with you in the comments as to what you're looking forward to most in 2022. Let's talk about it, let's play some games, and let's chat about what we love to be geek, be proud, and be awesome about.